We welcome you back here to Game 2 of Stevens and Westminster. Quickly 2-0 count here from Haley Miller as that's grounded foul by Throckmorton down the third baseline and foul. Stevens took Game 1 of this doubleheader 5-4 just about a half hour ago in 8 innings. Pitch to Throckmorton is taken low and away for a ball. 3-1 the count. Pitch is down and away for ball 4, and that's how this game gets started. It's a leadoff walk. Throckmorton aboard. She went 2 for 4 in that first game, and that'll give way to Elise Kendrick, the Stars shortstop. First pitch to her, she shows bunt, runner goes, throw down to second is just late. Good throw from Kirby. Pitch on the way. It's taken low for a ball. That's taken high for a ball as well. 3-0 the count here from Haley Miller. Pitch is taken for a strike. Kendrick in that first game, 2 for 4 with 2 runs batted in. That pitch is fouled back. Count runs full. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss, she got her. Westminster has not been able to punch out a lot of hitters today, but in the first inning here, Haley Miller immediately to work. Here's Emma Wood. First pitch is taken upstairs for a ball. The Blue Jays in that first game got those 4 runs on 6 hits and 2 errors. Stevens 5 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors as well. 1-0 taken outside. Two-0, foul back. Miller delivers with a runner at second. Swinging a high fly ball right center field. Marrero can't get there as it rolls all the way to the wall. Wood comes through with a RBI double as circling the bases is Throckmorton. And quickly, Stevens, for the second time today, out to a lead in the first inning. It's 1-0. Good opposite field approach there from Wood. And here's Avery Throckmorton. She fouls it back. It's 1-1. Throckmorton, the cleanup hitter, playing center today. Also played center in that first game. The pitch is tapped foul at the plate. And Miller now with a 1-2 count advantage. That's grounded to the left side and past the outstretched glove of the shortstop. Throw to third is not in time. Throw to second is not in time, and it kicks away from everybody. And that will allow Wood to come in and score. So a throwing error there allows the run to come home. And here's Thibodeau, the catcher. First pitch is swung on and missed. A lot of velocity on that pitch. That's taken for a strike, and it's 0-2. Oh, 2 on the way. Here it is, and it's taken. Called strike 3. Got her looking. Thibodeau goes down on strikes, and there's 2 away. So here's Hale. First pitch to her is swung on and missed. Elevated riser. That's taken outside, and it kicks away from Kirby, the catcher. And advancing is Throckmorton, who I believe was in motion anyway on the play. So there's a runner at third with 2 outs now. Stevens out to a early 2-0 lead. Here's the pitch from Miller. Inside for a ball. Throckmorton did not get credited with the RBI on that last play. Made it 2-0 Stevens. Swing and a miss. Hale went chasing away. And it's even at 2-2. Here's the pitch. Little knuckler inside out down the right field line, and it drops foul. The count remains even at 2-2. Pitch on the way, slap foul over the Blue Jay dugout. Hale digs in, about to see another 2-2. She swings and misses. 3 strikeouts in the first inning for Haley Miller. She does give up the 2 runs. Westminster will pick up the bats, trailing 2-0 on the Blue Jays Sports Network.
The way we consume digital media in our world is constantly changing. The way we learn about it needs to change at that same pace. At Westminster College, we're putting you at the forefront of this interdisciplinary research by letting you experience firsthand some of these changes so you'll be better prepared to create it yourself when you leave our campus. In our labs, you'll experience cutting-edge technologies that will prepare you for a career in whichever sector of digital media that you're comfortable. You won't just hear about digital media, you'll experience it yourself.
Welcome you back here to Fulton, and Westminster quickly behind 2-0 here off of Stevens' big first inning. They had that RBI double from Emma Wood, and then were able to plate another on a ball put in play and a single from Avery Throckmorton. But Westminster, this is the lineup that they will put out for game 2. It's Emily Esquivel leading off, playing left field. Kelsey Logan playing third base and hitting second. Eva Gannon, Haley Chandler, Peyton Dudenhorfer again playing shortstop. Kendall Weber playing center. Madeline Kordick plays second and hits 7th. Felicity Kirby catches and hits 8th, and Maddie Marrero plays right and rounds out that starting lineup for the Blue Jays. And here's Esquivel, the left fielder, leading it off for the second game in a row. First pitch to her drops in for a strike out of the right hand of Clara Pyle. She holds a 4.57 ERA through 15 1/3 innings of work. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch, way outside. Missed it into the right-handed batter's box. Esquivel 2 for 4 in that first game. Did come around to score a run in the third inning of that game. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Tried to slap it the other way, but could not make contact. So she's behind in the count 1-2. Westminster was able to really manufacture a couple of runs in that first game. They didn't have exponentially hard contact, but were able to get a couple of runs around as she fouls the 1-2 back, stays alive. And Esquivel was a pretty big part of that with her pair of singles. 1-2 again. Poked at and popped up on the infield. Thibodeau, the catcher, puts it away for the first out. So a P2, and here comes Kelsey Logan. Logan last year was second team all-conference. First pitch, nearly hit her. Had to brush that right foot back, kick it back, and avoid getting beamed. So she's ahead in the count 1-0. The right-handed hitter. Pyle, a right-handed pitcher. She pulls that one deep down the left field line, but it will drop foul. The left fielder Hood gave chase, but didn't hang up there long enough for her to track it down. And it's still 1-1. Stevens with those 2 runs in the first inning. The Blue Jays trying to answer here with 1 out. As that pitch, whoa, maybe lost the release point just a little bit from Pyle as she pulled that nearly down the baseline, but misses for ball 2. Infield a couple of steps in. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got her to chase. Just dropped right out of the zone there. And the count even at 2-2. Gannon will be next. First baseman. Time called here. She'll finally step back in. Pitch is swung on and missed. Changed speeds on her and got her way out in front. So Logan down on strikes, and here's Eva Gannon. And after a first game that didn't feature many strikeouts, already we have 4 strikeouts between the 2 teams in this one. Of course, Haley Miller struck out every hitter she got out in the top half of the first, and now Pyle strikes out Logan as she misses the first pitch to Gannon way outside. 1-0 on the way. She drops it in there for a strike. Third baseman Smart playing a couple of steps towards the bag, guarding against that line. Middle infield maybe in a couple of steps. Pitch is swung on and missed. Westminster chasing a little bit right now. Count is 1-2. One-two on the way to Gannon. Swing and a miss. She got her to chase upstairs, and that's the third out of the inning. Westminster can't answer against the 2 runs in the first of Stevens. 2-0 Stevens on the Westminster Blue Jays Sports Network.
The way we consume digital media in our world is constantly changing. The way we learn about it needs to change at that same pace. At Westminster College, we're putting you at the forefront of this interdisciplinary research by letting you experience firsthand some of these changes so you'll be better prepared to create it yourself when you leave our campus. In our labs, you'll experience cutting-edge technologies that will prepare you for a career in whichever sector of digital media that you're comfortable. You won't just hear about digital media, you'll experience it yourself.
We welcome you back here to Fulton as Westminster trails 2-0, and in stands Avery Smart for Stevens, looking to build upon that as she swings at the first pitch and drops it into right center field for a base hit. Marrero cuts it off before it can roll to the wall, and Smart pulls into second base with a leadoff double. Avery Smart ambushing Miller on the first pitch, and it pays off as Stevens with a chance to add upon their lead here in the second. That'll bring up Mia Adriano. Adriano in that first game, 1 for 4 as she takes just outside for a ball. On the way is grounded back up the middle, over the glove of the pitcher and into center field. Rounding third and scoring is Smart, and Adriano has herself an RBI single. It's 3-0 Stevens. They've just done a great job of getting to Miller here early and attacking her early in counts. First pitch is outside to Lindsey Hood, the left fielder. Stevens picked up their first road win of the year in game 1. Pitch to Hood is lined at the third baseman, Logan, who couldn't come up with it. It trickles off, and she is down. It was a line drive, just a screamer, and concern now. We'll step aside.
The way we consume digital media in our world is constantly changing. The way we learn about it needs to change at that same pace. At Westminster College, we're putting you at the forefront of this interdisciplinary research by letting you experience firsthand some of these changes so you'll be better prepared to create it yourself when you leave our campus. In our labs, you'll experience cutting-edge technologies that will prepare you for a career in whichever sector of digital media that you're comfortable. You won't just hear about digital media, you'll experience it yourself.
Museum Studies at Westminster is a program where students create and curate exhibitions, design programs, ask challenging questions, and above all, blend history, heritage, and culture in a way that informs and inspires. We invite you to join us at Westminster and be a part of history in a way that not only preserves the past, but through the power of museums, helps to build a better future.
Museums allow us to celebrate humanity's soaring achievements while also providing lessons on how to avoid the mistakes of our past. They can also amplify the voices of underrepresented groups while bringing economic uplift to communities. We invite you to explore this world while finding a rewarding career by becoming a Museum Studies major at Westminster College.
Financial planning is one of those careers that rewards you with your own professional accomplishment as well as a deep mental satisfaction from helping your clients directly. For example, as a financial planning professional, you'll help your clients in developing such personal financial plans as estate planning and retirement planning. Our curriculum also aligns well with the CFP Board's learning outcomes. Here at Westminster, you can also pursue a dual degree in financial planning and finance to further your career.
The way we consume digital media in our world is constantly changing. The way we learn about it needs to change at that same pace. At Westminster College, we're putting you at the forefront of this interdisciplinary research by letting you experience firsthand some of these changes so you'll be better prepared to create it yourself when you leave our campus. In our labs, you'll experience cutting-edge technologies that will prepare you for a career in whichever sector of digital media that you're comfortable. You won't just hear about digital media, you'll experience it yourself.
Museums allow us to celebrate humanity's soaring achievements while also providing lessons on how to avoid the mistakes of our past. They can also amplify the voices of underrepresented groups while bringing economic uplift to communities. We invite you to explore this world while finding a rewarding career by becoming a Museum Studies major at Westminster College.
We welcome you back as Logan is up and she's okay and she's going to stay in this game. And scary moment as Lindsay Hood just lined it towards her, and bunt is shown here from Throckmorton, but nothing on. She pulls back and takes a ball. Logan up and still playing third base. She comes in halfway down that line, guarding against the bunt. It's a little chopper. Logan misses it, but it's picked up by Miller, who throws to first in time for the out. So a sacrifice there, a little swinging bunt from Throckmorton, and it's a 1-3 putout for out number 1 of the inning, but it advances both base runners. So second and third with one out, and here comes Elise Kendrick. Kendrick did some damage in that first game, drove in 2 runs, takes down an in. 2 for 4 in that first game. She did strike out in the first inning. 1-0 the count. She deals and takes outside. Ball 2. 56 degrees at first pitch. Sunny with a light breeze from left to right field. That's popped up down the right field line. Marrero ranging in. She slides for it in foul territory, but couldn't quite get there. And it's 2-1. On the way. Kendrick takes high. Ball 3. Stevens picked to finish 7th in the AMC preseason poll. They're an NAIA school. Here's the pitch, and it's taken low for ball 4 as Kendrick draws the walk to load the bases, and more traffic on the base paths here Blue Jays are facing. No trip to the mound, though, as Haley Miller stays in the circle with Emma Wood standing in. Bases loaded with 1 out. First offering to Wood is taken inside for a ball. Stevens leading 3-0. 1-0 is taken way up and away, and it's 2-0. Now Gannon, the first baseman, runs in to meet with Miller in the circle quickly, says a few words to her, and then trots back to her position. 2-0 on the way. Is fouled straight back. Found the zone there. Got Wood to swing and just got a piece of it. Here's the pitch. Fouled back again. Count even at 2-2. Don't really want to risk getting a 3-ball count with the bases loaded here. Probably still want to stay aggressive even in a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. She got her. Big strikeout from Haley Miller. Her third of the day, and there's 2 away. And Avery Throckmorton stands in, trying to right the ship in this inning. Here's the pitch. High pop up on the infield. Logan under it. She reaches up and makes the play, and the bases loaded situation is stranded by Stevens. They still lead 3-0. We head to the bottom of the second on the Blue Jays Sports Network.
Museums allow us to celebrate humanity's soaring achievements while also providing lessons on how to avoid the mistakes of our past. They can also amplify the voices of underrepresented groups while bringing economic uplift to communities. We invite you to explore this world while finding a rewarding career by becoming a Museum Studies major at Westminster College.
Museum Studies at Westminster is a program where students create and curate exhibitions, design programs, ask challenging questions, and above all, blend history, heritage, and culture in a way that informs and inspires. We invite you to join us at Westminster and be a part of history in a way that not only preserves the past, but through the power of museums, helps to build a better future.
To the bottom of the second we go. Stevens adds one more to their 2-0, now 3-0 lead in the top half, and it'll be Chandler, Dudenhofer, and Weber. So Chandler stands in as the leadoff hitter against Clara Pyle, who was really good in that first inning. First pitch to Chandler on the way, and there's a line drive to left, but it is right at the left fielder Hood for the first out. She hit it hard, but nothing to show for it. So here's Peyton Dudenhofer. Dudenhofer went 0 for 2 in that first game, but put together some nice at-bats. She laid down a sacrifice bunt in extra innings and also drew a walk in the 6th. First pitch to her, taken inside for a ball. Catcher Thibodeau couldn't corral it. Glances off her glove and goes to the backstop. She goes back to retrieve it and fires it back out to her pitcher, Pyle. One 0 on the way. Taken outside for a ball. Dudenhofer also pitched in that first game and did pretty well for herself. 1-1. It's a high pop-up center field. Coming in is Throckmorton, and she puts it away. Throckmorton with another putout, and there's 2 away. 5 up, 5 down here for Clara Pyle. So Kendall Weber, the center fielder, stands in. Really good fielding center fielder. Trying to get herself a hit right now. 1 for 4 in that first game. Here's the first pitch. Brushes her back for ball 1. It's nearly 5 o'clock. The sun Not even close to setting. Daylight savings last night. Swing and a miss. The elevated riser. And it's 1-1. It's going to take some getting used to. Here's the 1-1. Swinging a ground ball left side, and he gets through. Base hit for Kendall Weber. She picks up her second hit of the day. That'll bring up Madeline Kordick. The only difference in this lineup from game 1 to game 2, Kordick didn't start in that game. She came in as a pinch runner, but now fully into the game. Starting at second base here. First pitch from Pyle. Swing and a miss. Went chasing after a pitch way outside. 1-0. Or 0-1, excuse me. Here's a pitch, and it is in there for a strike. Kordick quickly behind in the count, 0-2. Pyle has dealt only 22 pitches to this point. She's worked efficiently. 0-2. Swing and a miss. She got her swinging. Throw down to first as they tag first base. Little bit of a mid-play discussion, but amongst those down on the field, but nonetheless, it's strike 3, and it's the third strikeout for Pyle. We head to the third inning. It's 3-0 Stevens on the Blue Jays Sports Network.
Museum Studies at Westminster is a program where students create and curate exhibitions, design programs, ask challenging questions, and above all, blend history, heritage, and culture in a way that informs and inspires. We invite you to join us at Westminster and be a part of history in a way that not only preserves the past, but through the power of museums, helps to build a better future.
Museums allow us to celebrate humanity's soaring achievements while also providing lessons on how to avoid the mistakes of our past. They can also amplify the voices of underrepresented groups while bringing economic uplift to communities. We invite you to explore this world while finding a rewarding career by becoming a Museum Studies major at Westminster College.
Three 3-0 Stevens as they look to add upon it here into the third inning. It'll be Thibodeau, Hale, and Smart due up for the Stars. First it is Maria Thibodeau, struck out in the first. First pitch to her is knuckled foul over the Blue Jay dugout. 56 degrees at first pitch, and those shadows have started to engulf the infield. There's a tree right behind the visitors' dugout that has started to creep its way over the circle and into the second base position as a swing and a miss at the 0-1, and quickly Miller has count advantage. 0-2 the count. Pitch on the way, missed inside, nearly hit her. But the light has been preserved deeper and deeper into the day. Feels a lot later than it is. Feels a lot earlier than it is, excuse me. Pitch, swing, and a foul tip. And they're going to call it a foul ball. Thibodeau looked to, I don't know if that was frustration that she ran all the way down to first or something, but she trots back and picks up the bat, and it's still 1-2. Fifth pitch of the at-bat is a swing and a miss at a riser. It was about chin high, and she went chasing after it, and there's one away. Fifth strikeout of the game for Miller. And that'll bring up Jillian Hale, the right fielder. She was also a strikeout victim back in the first inning, as there's a called strike. Dropped by the catcher Kirby, but Strike nonetheless. There's a big hole right back up the middle between Dudenhofer and Kordick, the shortstop and second baseman. There's a high pop-up center field. Weber trots in a couple of steps and makes the play for the second out. So Hale retired for the second time in this game, and that'll bring up Avery Smart, the third baseman, who doubled to lead off the second. Later came around to score on Mia Adriano's RBI single in the next at-bat. First pitch to her, taken upstairs for a ball. Scored the third run of Stevens' day. Head in the count 1-0. Pitch on the way from Miller is taken low. Pretty good crowd here. A lot of people out in left center field sitting in the bed of their trucks, some using the bleachers out there. Pitch on the way is a high fly ball deep to center field. That sends Weber back, and it is gone. Avery Smart takes Haley Miller deep to right center field, and it's 4-0 Stevens. That is some power there as it goes clanging off the bleachers set up, the temporary bleachers in right center field. And just like that, Stevens has eclipsed the amount of runs that they have scored, or they have tied the amount of runs that they have scored in regular, before extras in the last game. So here comes Adriano, singled, RBI single back in the second as she takes low for a ball. One for 4 in that first game. Pitch is fouled back into the woods. Count is 1-1. Stevens leads 4-0. They've added another in this inning with a 2-out home run to center field from Smart. The 1-1 is way up and away. Miller perhaps just looking to eat some innings here for Westminster. Two-one. Swing and a miss. She's allowed some hard contact, but she's also gotten these Stevens hitters to chase out of the zone a lot. She's gotten some swing and miss in her game right now. 5 strikeouts already. Looking for a 6th right now. 2-2. Fouled back. Infield at normal depth. Big hole up the middle, though. Outfield at normal depth as well. 2-2 on the way. High, ball 3. Good chase pitch, but an even better take from Adriano. With Lindsey Hood standing on deck. 3-2. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Way up and away, and that's ball 4. So the 2-out walk that succeeded the 2-out home run by Smart. And that'll bring up Lindsey Hood. Hood, the lefty, takes up and in, nearly hit her. And now a meeting at the circle as they'll meet with Haley Miller. Runner at first with 2 outs in the top of the 3rd. Blue Jays tabbed to finish 8th in the SLIAC preseason poll. Spalding tabbed to finish first out of 9 softball sanctioned teams. Pitch on the way is grounded down the left field line, but foul. 1-1 now. Ball's retrieved by Esquivel, the left fielder, and fired back in. And that wind begins to pick up a little bit more. I wonder if it did that maybe a couple of minutes ago. Avery Smart's home run wouldn't have gotten out, as 1-1 is fouled off over the visiting dugout. "64 pitches for Miller to this point. 1-2 with 2 outs. Here's her offering. Hood pokes at it and loops it foul, same spot. One and two again. Check swing, fouled towards the Stevens dugout. Hood adjusts something on her equipment and gets almost hit by the 2-2. Is they didn't realize that that didn't hit her, and Adriano might have just gotten thrown out at second. Confusion on the play. Nobody signaled as if that was a hit batsman. As now everybody looking for explanation. They're going to allow Adriano to go to second, so it must have been a play where I'm not sure what's happening right now. Somebody's saying down there that it might have hit her bat, but obviously they didn't think that they got her. Adriano moving down to second, and they call her out. So I guess so. I don't know what the confusion was if they just threw her out, and that'll end the inning. So 4-0 Stevens here as that wraps up the top of the third. We head to the bottom half on the Blue Jays Sports Network.
Museums allow us to celebrate humanity's soaring achievements while also providing lessons on how to avoid the mistakes of our past. They can also amplify the voices of underrepresented groups while bringing economic uplift to communities. We invite you to explore this world while finding a rewarding career by becoming a Museum Studies major at Westminster College.
The way we consume digital media in our world is constantly changing. The way we learn about it needs to change at that same pace. At Westminster College, we're putting you at the forefront of this interdisciplinary research by letting you experience firsthand some of these changes so you'll be better prepared to create it yourself when you leave our campus. In our labs, you'll experience cutting-edge technologies that will prepare you for a career in whichever sector of digital media that you're comfortable. You won't just hear about digital media, you'll experience it yourself.
4-0 Stevens. Westminster looking to respond to the home run hit by Avery Smart in the top of the third inning. First pitch on the way. It's tapped back to the pitcher, Pyle, who backhands it, throws across her body to first in time to get Kirby for the first out of the inning. The second 1-3 put out of the game. Retires Kirby, and that'll bring up Matty Marrero. Westminster's only mustered one base runner in this one so far. It was a single in the previous half inning by Kendall Weber. First pitch is way outside into the right-handed batter's box. Marrero 2 for 3 in that first game. Came around and scored a run. There's a strike. Outer third of the plate. Singled and scored in the third in game 1. Now we're first at bat of the game 2. Pyle deals. Misses down and in. Here's the pitch. Miss in there, strike 2. As the baseball game went final a little bit ago, Westminster came back from a 5-0 deficit against Transylvania, as there's a check swing foul. Remains at 2-2. They won that game 9-6. So good win for the baseball team. Now the softball team trying to make a comeback of their own. 2-2 with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Grounded to the shortstop, Kendrick charges it up with it across her body and throws to first in time for the second out. So Marrero sat down, and that'll flip the lineup card over for Emily Esquivel, who popped out to the catcher to lead off the bottom of the second. As the infield steps in a little bit on her. First pitch, outside, ball 1. Clara Pyle has really done a great job at just limiting Westminster's bats. 1-0 is taken high for a ball. Taken for a strike. That looked like a similar location as the first pitch of the at-bat that was called a ball, but nonetheless called a strike. Esquivel, the left fielder in the left-handed batter's box, pops it up behind home plate, but foul. And the count even at 2-2. Bottom of the third, 4-0 Stevens lead. Clara Pyle has been the story of this one. Only thrown 31 pitches and a strike away from getting out of this one. That's roped down the right field line, but foul. One of the hardest hit balls we've seen all day, but way out in front was Esquivel. Count still 2-2. Pitch on the way upstairs for ball 3. Esquivel looking to battle back. Full count. 2 outs, bottom of the third. Pyle rocks back and delivers and misses outside for ball 4. Esquivel, the second base runner of the game, for the Blue Jays, and that'll bring up Kelsey Logan. Logan struck out back in the first. One of 4 strikeout victims so far for Pyle. Again, who enters this game with a 4.57 ERA. First pitch is fouled straight back. Logan was on it. She got those hands out there and extended, but just missed it. 0-1 on the way. Swinging a high pop-up but foul behind home plate. Throckmorton took a couple of steps towards that foul ball, but decided against it. 0-2 on the way to Logan. Way upstairs. It goes to the backstop over the outstretched glove of Thibodeau, allowing Esquivel to move up to second base. So now an RBI opportunity for Logan, but still behind in the count, 1-2. Pyle delivers, takes outside, good take. She was leaning out, watching that one every inch, but ended up taking it. It's 2-2. Pitch to Logan is chopped to the left side of the infield. Kendrick up with it on 2 hops, throws to first in time, and the Blue Jays are set down in the third. Still no runs for Westminster. So we head to the fourth. 4-0 Stevens on the Blue Jays Sports Network.
The way we consume digital media in our world is constantly changing. The way we learn about it needs to change at that same pace. At Westminster College, we're putting you at the forefront of this interdisciplinary research by letting you experience firsthand some of these changes so you'll be better prepared to create it yourself when you leave our campus. In our labs, you'll experience cutting-edge technologies that will prepare you for a career in whichever sector of digital media that you're comfortable. You won't just hear about digital media, you'll experience it yourself.
Top of the fourth here as Lindsay Hood, the 9-hole hitter, leads it off for Stevens. First pitch to her is fouled off to the left. Hood singled back in the second. Second pitch on the way, and it's taken down and away for a ball. That's grounded back to the pitcher, Miller, who, nope, excuse me, it went off her foot, so foul ball. 1-2. Pitch is taken down and away. Two and two the count. That's grounded back to the pitcher, Miller, who snares it on a hop and throws to first. Nice play to get Lindsay Hood. There's one away. So Annabelle Throckmorton comes to the plate as the lineup card flips over. First pitch is taken for a strike. Lincoln Breezowitz has checked into the game in right field. That was over the last half inning. Oh, 0-2 the count to Annabelle Throckmorton. Pitch is grounded to the left side, scooped up by Logan. Throw across the infield is wide, pulled Gannon off the bag, goes to the back fencing, but no advancement from Throckmorton, who stands pat at first. So an E5 preserves an out for Stevens, and here's Kendrick. She takes it low for a ball. Second pitch to the shortstop, Kendrick. She squares around a bunt. Runner goes. Throw to second is in time to get her. Throckmorton thrown out at second by Kirby, the catcher, who delivered a perfect throw, and there's 2 away. That pitch was called a ball, so it's 2-0 now. On the way, it's a high fly ball to center. Ranging back is Weber. She makes the running catch, running backwards over the shoulder to retire the side. 1-2-3 goes Stevens in an unconventional way. And we head to the bottom of the 4th. It's 4-0 Stevens. Blue Jays will pick up the bats, try to answer on the Blue Jays Sports Network.
Financial planning is one of those careers that rewards you with your own professional accomplishment as well as a deep mental satisfaction from helping your clients directly. For example, as a financial planning professional, you'll help your clients in developing such personal financial plans as estate planning and retirement planning. Our curriculum also aligns well with the CFP Board's learning outcomes. Here at Westminster, you can also pursue a dual degree in financial planning and finance to further your career.
The way we consume digital media in our world is
Museum Studies at Westminster is a program where students create and curate exhibitions, design programs, ask challenging questions, and above all, blend history, heritage, and culture in a way that informs and inspires. We invite you to join us at Westminster and be a part of history in a way that not only preserves the past, but through the power of museums, helps to build a better future.
Eva Gannon will lead it off for Westminster. It'll be the heart of their order, 3, 4, and 5, looking to get some of these runs back. They're behind 4-0 and facing Clara Pyle, who has been phenomenal in this game so far. Only at 43 pitches. First pitch to Gannon, taken outside. Three strikeouts to Pyle's name so far. 2 in the first and 1 in the second. 1-0 is popped foul. Got under the elevated pitch. Count even at 1-1. The Blue Jays coming off that exhibition 2-game back-to-back doubleheader series against Principia. That they won both of those games, didn't allow a hit in either game. That's taken low and in for a ball. 2-1 to Gannon. On the way. Taken for ball 3. The infield certainly liked the location of that pitch, but they didn't get the call. 3-1. Taken down and in for ball 4. I don't think Gannon realized that was ball 4 at first. She kind of rocked back like it was ball 3, but nonetheless, she takes first base, and Westminster has a base runner for the 3rd straight inning. And here's Haley Chandler. They've had a base runner in each of the last 3 innings, but they've never had 2 base runners on. They've also never advanced a runner past second base as a swing and a miss. The first pitch to Chandler, who lined out in the 2nd inning to left. She hit it hard, but it was right at Hood, the left fielder. 0-1 on the way. Chandler takes a big rip and misses. Shelby Robb has checked into the game in right field for Stevens, in relief of Jillian Hale. She'll be due up fourth in the next inning. There's a swing and a miss at the 0-2, and Chandler is set down on strikes. Fourth strikeout for Pyle. One away now, and here comes Peyton Dudenhofer. Dudenhofer, the shortstop today in both games, as she takes down and away for a ball. That is, she has had stints at shortstop in both games. She came in and pitched in the second inning of the last game, game 1. Pitch to her is fouled straight back. Count even at 1-1. Stevens with 2 runs in the first, and then plated 1 in each of the first and the second and the third innings. 1-1 on the way to Dudenhofer. She takes up and away for a ball. Westminster still looking for their first win of the year. 0-9 now. 2-1. High pop-up foul. As Stevens picked up their first road win of the year in that first game. Now 1-4 on the road. They improved to 5-13 on the year. Pitch on the way is a swing and a miss. She got her with the elevated riser. And another strikeout for Pyle. That'll bring up Kendall Weber. Weber singled back in the second. She also went 1 for 4 with an RBI single in game 1. An RBI single coming in the 6th inning where they tied the game up. First pitch to her is away. Two outs, runner at first. 4-0 Stevens. Pitch on the way is a high fly ball to the left, and it is out of play. Hood gave chase. Hood, the left fielder, gave chase. And it was 7 or 8 feet beyond the fence. Didn't have home run distance, but was hit pretty well. 1-1 now. Weber pops it up behind home plate. We'll get out of play again. Behind the count, 1-2. This is something that, a position that the Blue Jays have found themselves in very often today. Falling behind in counts to Pyle. Here's the pitch. It's inside. Didn't hit her, but it goes to the backstop. Thibodeau tracks it down, but not before Gannon advances to second. So 2 outs. Westminster has another runner in scoring position. Pyle deals. High pop-up on the infield. Smart ranges over into foul territory. The third baseman makes the catch and puts it away. Blue Jays strand another one in scoring position. They trail 4-0 on the Blue Jays Sports Network.
The way we consume digital media in our world is constantly changing. The way we learn about it needs to change at that same pace. At Westminster College, we're putting you at the forefront of this interdisciplinary research by letting you experience firsthand some of these changes so you'll be better prepared to create it yourself when you leave our campus. In our labs, you'll experience cutting-edge technologies that will prepare you for a career in whichever sector of digital media that you're comfortable. You won't just hear about digital media, you'll experience it yourself.
Museum Studies at Westminster is a program where students create and curate exhibitions, design programs, ask challenging questions, and above all, blend history, heritage, and culture in a way that informs and inspires. We invite you to join us at Westminster and be a part of history in a way that not only preserves the past, but through the power of museums, helps to build a better future.
The way we consume digital media in our world is constantly changing. The way we learn about it needs to change at that same pace. At Westminster College, we're putting you at the forefront of this interdisciplinary research by letting you experience firsthand some of these changes so you'll be better prepared to create it yourself when you leave our campus. In our labs, you'll experience cutting-edge technologies that will prepare you for a career in whichever sector of digital media that you're comfortable. You won't just hear about digital media, you'll experience it yourself.
Four to nothing Stevens. We have a couple of defensive changes for the Blue Jays. Kordick moves from her second base position to shortstop. And Turner checks into the game for them. First pitch on the way, and it misses down and in to Emma Wood. Mia Turner, the sophomore from St. Louis, now playing second base. Wood is 1 for 2 on the day as she takes a ball inside, or excuse me, a strike. Turner, the new second baseman for the Blue Jays, also the goalie on the soccer team here for the Blue Jays, as the 1-1 is taken for strike 2. Top of the fifth. Emma Wood leads it off. Ground ball right back to the pitcher, Miller, who couldn't glove it. Picked up by Kordick at short. She has no play. She threw it anyway to first base, but it would have been well laid either way. But it's a leadoff single for Emma Wood, an infield single. And she's 2 for 3 now with that RBI double back in the fourth. She gives way to Avery Throckmorton. 1 for 2 on the day. First pitch is fouled straight back. Miller ahead in the count, 0-1. Wood, Throckmorton, center fielder, and the cleanup hitter. She rips one into left field, a base hit. Esquivel picks it up and gets it in before anybody can advance. Wood goes to second. And Stevens with another scoring opportunity. That'll bring up Thibodeau, the catcher. Pair of strikeouts to her name so far. As Gannon, the first baseman, is giving out instructions to her defense. First pitch on the way, misses away. Thibodeau 2 for 3 in the first game. A pair of singles and in the go-ahead sacrifice fly in extra innings. The 1-0 misses low and in for a ball, but has not translated that success here to game 2. A pair of strikeouts, one looking and one swinging. Heading the count 2-0 here. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Top of the fifth inning. Here's the pitch. It's in there for a strike. Right on the black of the strike zone in her third. Two and one. Miller's pitch. Swing and a miss. Got her to chase well away. And Thibodeau takes a long walk after that. She finds herself even in the count, 2-2. Miller's pitch count now above 80. Here's the pitch. It is in there, strike 3 call. Got her looking. And the third strikeout of the game for Maria Thibodeau. Second time she's gone down looking, and there's one away in the top of the 5th. That'll bring up Jillian Hale, also hitless on the game. A strikeout and a flyout to her name. First pitch, a swing and a miss. Excuse me, is Robb now into the game. They made that defensive substitution. That pitch is grounded up the middle, and it skips over the second base bag and into center field. Here's Weber, throws home, and it is not in time. It skips past the catcher Kirby, allowing everybody to move up an extra base. And Stevens takes a 5-0 lead off the RBI single from Robb. And we may be seeing a substitution here. A call to the bullpen. Westminster trails 5-0 to Stevens. We'll tell you about the new pitcher on the other side on the Blue Jays Sports Network.
The way we consume digital media in our world is constantly changing. The way we learn about it needs to change at that same pace. At Westminster College, we're putting you at the forefront of this interdisciplinary research by letting you experience firsthand some of these changes so you'll be better prepared to create it yourself when you leave our campus. In our labs, you'll experience cutting-edge technologies that will prepare you for a career in whichever sector of digital media that you're comfortable. You won't just hear about digital media, you'll experience it yourself.
Museums allow us to celebrate humanity's soaring achievements while also providing lessons on how to avoid the mistakes of our past. They can also amplify the voices of underrepresented groups while bringing economic uplift to communities. We invite you to explore this world while finding a rewarding career by becoming a Museum Studies major at Westminster College.
Museum Studies at Westminster is a program where students create and curate exhibitions, design programs, ask challenging questions, and above all, blend history, heritage, and culture in a way that informs and inspires. We invite you to join us at Westminster and be a part of history in a way that not only preserves the past, but through the power of museums, helps to build a better future.
The new pitcher for Westminster is Ellie Bedsworth, who inherits second and third with only one out. And her first pitch to Avery Smart misses down and in. Bedsworth from Oxville, Missouri, the freshman right-handed hurler, standing at 5'8". Second pitch on the way, fouled off the right side. In the top of the 5th, Stevens leads 5-0. Bedsworth just trying to make sure this doesn't get too out of hand. 1-1. Grounded right back to Bedsworth, who checks on the runners, throws to first. Nicely done by Bedsworth, who plays corner infield as well. And the 1-3 putout is the second out of the inning. And Adriano steps in. She already has an RBI single in this game back in the second. She's got 2 ducks on the pond right now. First pitch to her is fouled back. Oh, 1 on the way. Swing and a miss. Got her to chase down and in. Bedsworth hits her. Hit her on the lower body, and that issues a free pass to Adriano. Looks to be in a little bit of pain, but has jogged it off, and that'll bring up Lindsay Hood. It looks like they may bring in a pinch runner here. She'll jog it off back to the dugout, but might as well just bring in the pinch runner. She can check back into the game later. So the pinch runner is Taff. The first pitch goes to the backstop. Kirby fields it. She races back towards home plate, but scoring on the play is Throckmorton on the wild pitch, and it's 6-0 Stevens. So every runner advances. And Lindsay Hood now, it was an RBI situation before, but now with 2 outs, a 6-0 lead. Stevens can really do some damage. Here's the pitch. Upstairs for a ball. Infield straight up, outfield straight up as well. 2-0. High pop up behind the visitors' dugout and out of play. There's a duffel bag behind the visitors' dugout with a bunch of sandwich stuff in it. Might have actually hit that duffel bag. 2-1. Popped up again, left side and out of play. Back into the woods. Here behind Blue Jay Field. Count even at 2-2. Runners at second and third, 2 outs. Here's the 2-2 to Hood. Swinging a pop foul again. Long at bat here from Lindsay Hood, who's 1 for 2 on the day. Ground out in a single. Sixth pitch of the at-bat. Here's it is, and it's upstairs over her head, and it's ball 3. Count is full with 2 outs to the 9-hole hitter in the Stevens order. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming. Here it is. It's a pop foul again. Pitch is grounded right back at Miller, who deflects off of her. Kordick picks it up at shortstop, throws to first, it's not in time. Throw home is not in time as well, 2-run score. Now advancing to second is Hood. That throw gets into center field, but Hood pulls up as Weber fields it in center field. So a wild sequence that allows Stevens to add 2 more. First pitch to the leadoff hitter, Throckman, is fouled off. That officially ruled a single with a throwing error. Excuse me, advancing on the throw. Pitch to Throckman is poked at, foul. 0-2 the count. Top of the 5th, 2 outs. Stevens with the runner at second, up 8-0. Corners in, here's the pitch. Taken down and away, throw down to third as the runner went, and it's not even close. Hood steals third. As the third baseman, Logan, was so far in that she couldn't get back to cover the base. Now the 1-2 is hit softly to second. Turner charges it. Throw to first, not in time. Went over the head of Gannon, so an infield single plates the 9th run of the game for Stevens. So 9-0 Stevens now, and that brings Kendrick to the plate. It's the 9th hitter of the inning. First pitch is down and in for a ball. As Throckmorton with the infield single RBI. Now 4 runs in. She goes towards second. The throw is not in time. It was bobbled by Kordick down at second base. It was a pretty good throw. Might have been late either way, but Kordick couldn't quite squeeze it. And a stolen base for Throckmorton. 2-0 on the way. Way upstairs, 3-0. Now Bedsworth just has to find the strike zone. Here's the pitch. Ripped out to left field. Esquivel over her head, and it rolls all the way to the wall. It's an RBI double for Elise Kendrick, and it is 10-0. And now the 10th hitter of the inning will come to the plate, but not before what looks to be maybe a pitching change. We'll tell you about it on the other side on the Blue Jays Sports Network.
The way we consume digital media in our world is constantly changing. The way we learn about it needs to change at that same pace. At Westminster College, we're putting you at the forefront of this interdisciplinary research by letting you experience firsthand some of these changes so you'll be better prepared to create it yourself when you leave our campus. In our labs, you'll experience cutting-edge technologies that will prepare you for a career in whichever sector of digital media that you're comfortable. You won't just hear about digital media, you'll experience it yourself.
Museums allow us to celebrate humanity's soaring achievements while also providing lessons on how to avoid the mistakes of our past. They can also amplify the voices of underrepresented groups while bringing economic uplift to communities. We invite you to explore this world while finding a rewarding career by becoming a Museum Studies major at Westminster College.
The new pitcher for Westminster is Mia Turner. The sophomore out of St. Louis has yet to appear at a game this season until today, and now looks to navigate this top of the 5th inning with 2 outs and a runner at second. Already 5 runs in for Stevens, who have doubled their lead here in the single half inning. Her first assignment will be Emma Wood, the 10th hitter of the inning. First pitch to her is a high fly ball dropping into left center field, a base hit. Around third and scoring is Kendrick on an RBI single by Emma Wood. And the lead is to 11-0. Kind of hit it off the end of the bat there. Didn't get everything Nonetheless, drops in, and here's Avery Throckmorton. And she pops it up, center field. This one's a lot more playable. Weber under it, and makes the play for the third out of the inning. So 6 runs in the inning for Stevens. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Westminster needs 2 to extend the game on the Blue Jays Sports Network.
The way we consume digital media in our world is constantly changing. The way we learn about it needs to change at that same pace. At Westminster College, we're putting you at the forefront of this interdisciplinary research by letting you experience firsthand some of these changes so you'll be better prepared to create it yourself when you leave our campus. In our labs, you'll experience cutting-edge technologies that will prepare you for a career in whichever sector of digital media that you're comfortable. You won't just hear about digital media, you'll experience it yourself.
Museums allow us to celebrate humanity's soaring achievements while also providing lessons on how to avoid the mistakes of our past. They can also amplify the voices of underrepresented groups while bringing economic uplift to communities. We invite you to explore this world while finding a rewarding career by becoming a Museum Studies major at Westminster College.
The way we consume digital media in our world is constantly changing. The way we learn about it needs to change.
Westminster needs 2 runs to extend this ball game. They trail 11-0 here in the bottom half of the 5th, and it'll be Madeline Kordick leading it off against the new pitcher for Stevens, Jordan Watkins. That closes the day on Clara Piles' line as first pitch to Kordick misses low for a ball. She gave up just the 1 hit in 4 innings of work, no runs. Second pitch on the way, a swing and a miss. 5 strikeouts to her name as well, with 2 walks. So a stellar outing for Pyle. 1-1 misses down and away for ball 2. Kordick now playing shortstop after moving over in the last half inning. 2-1 is taken for ball 3. Here's the pitch, slapped foul right at the first base coaching box. So 3-2 the count now. Kordick looking to stay alive. Felicity Kirby standing on deck. Here's a little knuckler to the right side, and it gets over the head of Adriano, the second baseman, and into right field for a base hit. And so Felicity Kirby comes to the plate. Game 1 was a 1-run game, decided in 8 innings. The pitch, Kirby fouls it back. A 5-4 final, Stevens getting the victory in extras. Now in game 2, a little bit of a different story. She shows bunt and bunts it foul. Tried to go up the first base line. Westminster trailed in that game 3-0 at a point and didn't lead ever in it. They fell behind in the first before coming back to tie it in the 6th, then eventually losing 5-4. 0-2 is taken low for a ball. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to the left side. Gloved by the third baseman, Smart. Throw to second is in time. Throw to first is in time. So 5-3 put out. She thought about going to second. Thought better of it. There's one away.
Now batting for the Blue Jays, number 19, Lincoln Brzezowicz.
So here comes Brzezowicz for her first at-bat of the game. First pitch to her is taken low for a ball. Aggressive lead from second for Kordick. Infield straight up, outfield straight up as well as the shadows continue to get longer and longer here in Fulton. 1-0, taken low for a ball. High fly ball to right. Over is Robb, and she can't get there. It's a fair ball. Throw in comes to second. It trickles away. Now trying to score is Kordick. The throw is in time. And she gets thrown out at the plate on a close play. It's a double for Brzezowicz, but Westminster still scoreless in this one.
Now batting for the Blue Jays, number 12, Emily Esquivel.
First pitch to Esquivel is up for a ball. Westminster still trails 11-0. Coming up, they'll go on the road this week for coming back home next Saturday to play University of Health and Sciences and Pharmacy. Pitch is low. Another AMC school out of the NAIA. 2-1 the count. Esquivel slaps it to center field. Ranging in is Throckerman. She dives and makes the play for the third out, and that is how this game comes to a close. Stevens picks up an 11-0 win and wins both games 1 and games 2 here today against Westminster. 11-0 the final in game 2, 5-4 the final in game 1. Westminster fought in both games but couldn't quite come out in either. Thank you so much for tuning in today to both of these games. It's been a long one, but we've stayed and persevered through. Once again, the final score in Game 2, 11-0 in 5. Stevens prevails over Westminster College. My name is Mickey Doolittle saying thank you so much for joining us on the Blue Jays Sports Network.
Museums allow us to celebrate humanity's soaring achievements while also providing lessons